Welcome everybody. In today's class we are going to discuss nitric acid of class 10 chemistry, and here we will be studying a part of the nitric acid in this video. Nitric acid has the general formula of HNO3 and it has a molecular mass of 63 units. And if we consider the structure, we can see that the structure consists nitrogen at the center and three oxygen atoms are bonded to it. Two oxygen atoms are bonded via a double bond. We can call it a coordinate bond and a double bond also. And another oxygen atom is connected to nitrogen via a single bond, and that oxygen is also combined with a hydrogen atom. Now, occurrence. Nitric acid rarely occurs in free state in the atmosphere, but during rains or snow we can find them dissolved in water or snow, because in atmosphere very slight amount of nitric acid is formed. Now this nitric acid can be obtained in combined state in the form of Chile saltpeter, niter or calcium nitrate. These are the possibilities. Now how nitrogen fixation occurs in the atmosphere is a very important matter. It occurs in three steps. In step 1, during lightning discharge, nitrogen present in the atmosphere reacts with oxygen to form nitric oxide NO. It is colorless. In the second stage, it combines with oxygen present in the atmosphere to form nitrogen dioxide, which is brown in color. And in the last stage, it combines with water and oxygen to form nitric acid. This is all. Now, conversion of this free atmospheric nitrogen into useful nitrogenous compounds in the soil is known as fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. This fixation of atmospheric nitrogen occurs during lightning only. Next, we are going to study laboratory preparation of nitric acid. When it was first prepared by the ancient chemist, it was called aqua fortis because it dissolved almost all elements, all metals, even silver. So this was a very crucial chemical for dissolving metals to study their properties. In laboratory preparation of nitric acid, we use potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate. You know, potassium nitrate is known as niter, whereas sodium nitrate is known as Chile saltpeter. So these are the common names that we need to know. Next, if we go to the procedures, we have a round bottom flask. This is the round bottom flask with a neck, and in the bottom of the flask we have a mixture of sulfuric acid and sodium or potassium nitrate. This sodium and potassium nitrate will react with sulfuric acid to produce nitric acid. Now this nitric acid, being more volatile than sulfuric acid, will come out as a vapor in this way, and it will get cooled here, so we will get nitric acid liquid in the container. This is how it is prepared. Now this is the reaction that we need to understand. This reaction is carried out below 200 degrees Celsius, and we only get potassium hydrogen sulfate or sodium hydrogen sulfate along with nitric acid. It is collected, nitric acid is collected as a light yellow liquid, and the yellow color in this liquid is due to dissolved nitrogen dioxide gas in the acid. This can however be removed by other processes. These processes are as follows. If we pass dry carbon dioxide gas through it, then it will take away the nitrogen dioxide present in it. We can even add excess of water. The adding excess of water will convert this nitrogen dioxide to nitrous acid, and in this way it will be removed. Now precautions, there are 3 precautions noted in our book. First one is that we will not be using any rubber or cork materials because nitric acid attacks rubber and cork. Okay, next we will be using concentrated sulfuric acid, but we cannot use concentrated hydrochloric acid. The cause is the volatility of hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid will eventually react with sodium nitrate or potassium nitrate, but in this case hydrogen chloride will also come out along with nitric acid. So this process is not used, that is, we cannot use hydrochloric acid for the preparation of nitric acid. The temperature must not exceed 200 degrees Celsius. If it exceeds 200 degrees Celsius, then we will have sodium sulfate and it will stick to the lower level of the round bottom flask. And higher temperature may also damage the glass apparatus. For this reason, we do not use it. At higher temperature, the decomposition of nitric acid can occur, and we are, of course, will be wasting fuel. So this is the cause we do not use higher temperature. Now, manufacture of nitric acid by catalytic oxidation of ammonia. This is a very important reaction that is considered from academic point of view. Now, how is it carried out? You see, this is the Oswald process, and in Oswald process what we do is that we allow ammonia gas as one volume and 10 times its volume of air is passed through it, and then this is sent through a platinum catalyst. Here the reaction between ammonia and air occurs. The temperature here is around 800 degrees Celsius. Then it is passed through this tube, and here heat exchanger cools it down. You see, here it is further being cooled in this water tower, and after cooling, air is again mixed with it. Then it is again cooled, and then it is allowed to come in contact with water in this absorption tower. So what actually is happening in these steps? If we follow the reactions, it will be easy for us to understand. Let's follow the reactions for this. Okay, I have for your reference kept this picture again here for your reference, so that you can see it while you study. Now in the first step, what happens is that in this part, ammonia and oxygen reacts to form nitric oxide and water plus heat. Now this heat is exchanged, this heat is reduced in this heat exchanger, and now it is again cooled in this cooling tower. After this cooling tower, oxygen is passed through it in the form of air. So here what will happen, we have nitric oxide. This nitric oxide will combine with oxygen. This nitric oxide will combine with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Here you can see it in the bottom of my page. So nitric oxide gas is combining with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide gas. Now in step 3, absorption of nitrogen dioxide gas occurs in the absorption tower. Here is the absorption tower, as you can see. In this absorption tower, this nitrogen dioxide gas reacts with water and oxygen to form nitric acid. Now this nitric acid is obtained at the bottom of the tower, is concentrated above 50%. The above acid on further distillation gives 68% nitric acid. This acid is concentrated nitric acid, which is used in our laboratories. Now concentration of nitric acid, we can even increase the concentration of nitric acid to higher percentages. For example, 98% we can form fuming nitric acid. This can be obtained by distilling nitric acid over concentrated sulfuric acid. So this is possible to get, it is possible to get 98% nitric acid. Pure 100% nitric acid can also be obtained by strongly cooling 98% nitric acid, and then colorless crystals of pure nitric acid get separated at minus 42 degrees Celsius. This can be separated to get 100% pure nitric acid. Now, special things that is to be noted here is that in the manufacture of nitric acid, higher ratio of air is used because oxygen is only 1/5 of air, and it is required in all three chambers. Remember the chamber. This is the chamber 1, chamber 2. I should say that this is chamber 1, this is chamber 2, and this is chamber 3. So in all these chambers it is required, so oxygen is taken in higher quantities, and you see oxygen is poured here in 10 volumes, and again it is poured here. So we ultimately get nitric acid after the reaction is complete. We saw how we can concentrate it, and then at the end we have the flow chart. And please rotate your phone so that you can see the flow chart properly, and I have rotated mine one. In this case, you see 1 volume of ammonia is mixed with 10 volumes of dry air. In catalytic chamber, it reacts to provide nitric oxide, then it is cooled here. After cooling, it is again oxidized and it forms nitrogen dioxide. This nitrogen dioxide from the previous chamber reacts with water and oxygen to form nitric acid. So that is all for this, I think. Let's see. Yes, this lecture is over. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be coming with next video for your help.